Make sure to subscribe to our channel, join our Discord, and also follow us on Instagram so you always have the support that you need to really enhance your account and get yourself to the next level. Also, if you stick around until the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you can save a lot of money when you make in-game purchases in The Legend of Mushroom by getting some amazing cashbacks each time you purchase anything. Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. So this is going to be a short video on the Everbright City and some of the new artifacts and wings that are coming out with it. So the event itself, I don't want to go into too much detail about it because most of the events are generally quite similar. So there's a bunch of those mini games that give you attempts that you can use to draw some of the prizes. This particular one is similar to the ones that we've had earlier where you attack those mice that come in to steal some of the food and you have to make sure that they don't get there. Of course, reaching certain milestones in this minigame is going to give you certain prizes, including draws that you can use to try your luck in getting the wing and the artifact. And of course, there's the draw where you use some of those items that you either purchased or got for free in an attempt to get certain prizes, including that artifact and the wing if you're lucky enough, or if you spent enough, of course. You can see that the artifact is always the rarer option, so it's only guaranteed after 1,000 draws, and the wing is going to be guaranteed after 500 draws. Of course, as always, every 100 draws gives you a guaranteed limited prize, but most of the time that's usually the soul crystals or the gear. If you're lucky enough to collect enough of those items in the draws, you could also use them and exchange them for either the artifact or the wing. Artifact needs 200 of the items, wing needs 100. This can sometimes be helpful if you are extremely unlucky and you don't want to spend any more. You might have already gotten enough to buy the items in the market instead of having to draw a few more, because let's say that the next draw requires you to buy the $100 pack. The prices of the packs, as always, fairly similar. The $1 pack always gives you the best return on investment, and after that it's the $10 one. So if you want to spend a bit but not a lot, get the $1 one and then the few $10 ones, and then perhaps stop there because that is where you get the best ROI. There's also obviously the secondary way of getting certain prizes, and this one it is for the costume. You have to use keys to get to certain floors, and then on the 5th floor, once you complete it, you get the costume. Keys can be purchased, but I'm assuming you're going to get some for free as well. Okay, so the interesting stuff now. What about the artifact? Well, the artifact essentially every 5 seconds, it deals 1000% of your current basic attack area effect damage. Now, I've been noticing recently that there has been a little bit more focus on basic attack damage. And I think the reason is because, as I mentioned in the Archer video for the best build, a lot of the big spenders think that the basic attack damage is not very useful. And I'm assuming they've tested it out and they know that there is a little bit of a disadvantage for basic attack damage, which is why they don't focus on it. But now a bunch of these things are coming out that seem to be focusing a little bit more on the basic attack damage. This artifact is an example of that exactly. Every 5 seconds, 1000% of current basic attack area effect damage. That's a lot of damage. And that is, of course, prioritizing your basic attack damage, which is something that isn't always the case. The passive effect is actually pretty cool as well, and I haven't seen a lot of those going around. You get a passive 10% damage res, and that's overall damage res. So that is really cool, right? Because damage res is amazing. I mean, you actually use active skills to get damage res. Like the Blue Ox was pretty much one of the best mounts to have for PvP early when the game was launched. And one of the main reasons for that was the fact that it's giving damage res of 10%. Now this artifact is giving the exact same 10% damage res as a passive. So you don't even have to have it assigned for you to have that effect. So that is really cool. I think that makes this artifact quite helpful all by itself. The 1000% current basic attack area effect damage is an addition to the fact that you're getting such a really cool thing passive. And when I think of that, I can think of somebody going all out on basic attack damage, getting a ton of it, and then by the artifact you're doing so much of damage area effect, which means that it's even more helpful against PvE where there are multiple enemies trying to swarm you and you are doing all that damage to everyone in that area. But then also imagine having this Skyward Blaze dragon, which is also utilizing current basic attack damage, right? 600% of current basic attack area effect damage as well, which is cool because now both of them are area effect every 10 seconds and then burns them, making them receive 40% of your current basic attack damage per second until the battle ends. And that stacks up to 3 times, so that's going to be 120% of your current basic attack damage every second. And of course, it has a bunch of other things as well, like attack, damage res, and defense. So I can totally see some people trying that out. I don't know how effective it's going to be, but I think that's something worth testing. The next one is the wing. And the wing is actually pretty cool as well. First off, you're getting a 10% global health, which is obviously always amazing. You want to have high base stats, and this is one of the ways to get it. But the active skill is that it blocks 8% of the damage if the damage is higher than 1% of your maximum HP. So if somebody is doing 1% of your maximum HP in a single attack, it's going to block 8% of that damage. Let's assume they're even stronger and they're doing 2% of your maximum HP in a single attack, well, it's going to block 16% of that damage. And if they're extremely strong, let's say they're Avail, and they're doing more than 5% of your maximum HP as damage in a single attack, it's going to block 30% of that damage. So, really cool, right? I mean, it can help block up to 30% of damage if somebody is attacking you with a very heavy hit. Let's say you're fighting a mage and they release a massive skill on you, 30% of that is going to get ignored thanks to the Phoenix Frost. And that reminds me a little bit of the Alien Dimension, which was blocking 30% of the final damage as well, and giving some other buffs, like increasing attack speed, energy regeneration speed, pal attack speed, and all that stuff. The only problem was that the effects were reduced by 1/3 every 12 seconds, so it was more focused towards early game. This one seems to be more focused long game. Right? It's going to stay throughout the battle. Anytime there's a big damage on you, it's going to block 30% of it. So that's nice to have as well. And since I still have you here, I want you to know that you can save a lot of money in The Legend of Mushroom and take your account to the next level. The steps are very simple. Just follow the video that I'm linking to the description of this video, or you can click that button that's going to appear at the top part of the screen that'll take you to that video. We're talking 10 to 35% cash back each time you make a purchase in the game. Imagine how far that can take you, or basically save you a lot of money in the long run. If you have any questions, join our Discord and I can guide you through the process personally. A lot of big spenders are taking advantage of this and they are ever grateful, and I hope you join in as well, because not only are you going to save a lot of money, you'll actually be helping our channel as well. So I'm going to end it there. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it was helpful for you to some extent. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in the next one.